and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and it's time for another month review. In April, we were a pretty busy month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bracelets, and 3 of them were huge. So let's see what we started out with. We started with this one. This is a pattern I've done a lot, but not necessarily like this. I created a fade from the light of the inside part here to the dark out here. So it just kind of a nice little gradient to make that kind of interesting. It was really about getting 6 colors into a box I was going to use to like little samples of string colors that I'll be using here in the upcoming months. And then there was what, 3, is it 4, 8, 12 more colors to add to the thing. So we did a simple like a candy stripe with a stripe running down the middle of it. Something kind of random, a little bit easy, a lot of fun. And that was our second one. It was a fancy candy stripe. And then we grabbed up some more colors to do, and I went a little crazy with doing little diamonds down the center of this one. So yeah, kind of interesting, fun. I think the biggest theme for the month is perhaps the fact that almost all of these bracelets were pretty easy and beginner friendly. Like this one here, it's again with the candy stripe, but this time it's got more, like 4, instead of like a little diamond, it's like 4 colors or 4 strands coming through to make a larger diamond in the center of it, which was kind of fun. That was different from things I'd done before, but yeah, kind of exciting. Then the next one was, I made this great big one. It's 32 strings. 32 strings with these nice little tiny stripes running through the center of each side. The middle here can't have a stripe because the colors actually match up. So, but yeah, turned out really cool. Which then led to the question of, what if I made the stripes bigger? How would that look? And when you compare the two, it does make a really, really big difference, I think. This one has much wider stripes, and it made the middle stripe skinnier, which kind of brought, like, say, like the yellows closer to this yellow. So it makes it seem really quite different, even though it's just a slight variation. And then I went and had to try to make it more difficult, and I made this one. So this one has the diamonds in the middle like this thing, but it also has a stripe like this one. So combining those two things together ends up making it a lot more complicated, but it's a beautiful bracelet. It really was a lot of fun. Harder to make, definitely not an easier one. This is, out of the whole month, this is probably the most difficult bracelet of them all. But yeah, I love it. I think this one turned out really, really well. And then we went with a thinner version. Instead of 32 strings, we brought it back down to 16. With 16 different colors, we made a nice wide stripe with a smaller stripe inside of it, which I think this one turned out really amazing and very, very eye-catching. Yeah, this is really cool. I like that one a lot. And then what might be my favorite one is this one, where I just gave it these like diamonds inside that are not filled in, and it just starts out with like these little things, gets bigger to the largest, and then starts to go smaller again. And somehow that just really works because of the contrasting colors. Which then led the question of, if it wasn't contrasting colors, if it was a bunch of random colors, what would that do? And that was the last bracelet here. This bracelet is all about trying out that idea with the diamonds and seeing whether they're noticeable. And to some extent they are, but I'm not sure that it's as eye-catching quite as how like this one was. So, but it still turned out pretty cool. I don't know. What was your favorite? That's what I really would like to know. So leave me a comment. Let me know which one you thought was the most awesome. And yeah, don't get your strings in a bunch.